Howdy guys, thanks for tuning on in. I'm Imperial Jedi. Appreciate you making your way back on over. This is episode number 7 of our little Starter Empire series right here. And honestly, we have a good episode in stock for today. We got lots I want to do. A few problems we unfortunately need to fix. Basically what's happening is we've kind of grown a little bit too far too fast, and we didn't do enough kind of micromanaging in town. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. We've given ourselves a really good financial foothold, so we're kind of allowed to experiment and do this kind of stuff. But if we don't really kind of close these gaps now and kind of do some problem solving, make things better, I think we might kind of lose our momentum. So I'm not trying to sound the alarm bells or anything. I just know that we can be doing a lot better. And I made a little bit of a goof here. You'll see we've got a little warning icon to let me know too. This route right here, you've got the fuel trucks coming in, dropping off the oil. I kind of thought that you would be able to do these guys here to bring the oil out into the or the fuel back into the city, but unfortunately you actually need an oil truck. So let me just change that really quickly. So you can see it's telling us that it's not working. So what's happening is we've got a backlog of product that's being stored, and then our producers right here are basically like they're about to stop, so they're like, why do we keep producing? No one's using it. So unfortunately we've created a big headache here. So let's start by fixing that. And then over on line number 1, we're kind of running into that problem with capacity again. So what I think we're going to do is I have a bit of an ambitious plan. And there's a lot of things, like I said, I want to do this episode. I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to do all of them per se. But of course, like when have we ever done, right? It's one ongoing kind of goal. But there's a few things I just really want to tackle. And yeah, it might just take a few episodes to kind of get it done. But what I want to do is an extension to line number 1, and you'll kind of see my logic and everything behind it. And then at the same time, we're going to be doing some traffic analysis and problem solving, just like that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to throw some tips and everything at your way. Okay, so let's switch these over to the Studebaker. Let's just put 6 of these on the line. That was line number 42. The eternal answer to the never-ending question of what is the universe. Okay, and we definitely want to get some trains rolling through Grand Prairie, because this is going to be a massive powerhouse one day. Not today, though. Okay, so we'll just let that go in the background. I'm just going to get rid of these, because that just adds a little bit of lag. Awesome. But yeah, you can kind of see over in like Wilmington and Little Rock, there's just, again, too many people waiting. And it's not that these are doing a bad job or anything. You can see when they're leaving, they're full. Let's just turn the speed up a little bit here. And right when they're leaving, there's another one already queued and ready to enter. So we're kind of at capacity in that sense. So I wouldn't say like, we're doing a bad job there. We just need now a train that maybe is a little bit longer, that maybe carries a few more people. And if we can get one that's maybe a bit faster, that's kind of a bonus too. But my plan, so just kind of talking about like traffic and problem solving and stuff. If we look over here in Wilmington, you'll kind of notice that we're starting to get bogged down by traffic. So a lot of our, in-town vehicles, they're not really going too fast and this and that, right? And then the reason, more or less, is because we don't have a public transit link kind of set up going this way. So you can see arguably traffic coming from Buffalo is not as bad because we already have that one solo bus route. We could definitely be doing better. You can see there's a lot of people waiting, and then the buses are all getting kind of stuck in traffic over here, so there's not really, like, that's not efficient. And then over in Milwaukee, which is surprisingly becoming a very big city just out of nowhere, it's producing quite a bit of traffic. It's just slowing down our streets here. So we're going to have to do a road upgrade. And my plan was to have an extension of line 1 and just have line 1 sneak over to Milwaukee. So we'll do Little Rock, Wilmington, Milwaukee. That'll be line 1. And then that will continue to Tallahassee. And then what I think we could do is the start of a new line. And this is what's probably going to have to happen next episode. But we have a lot of those. Like, I keep putting stuff on to the next episode and then something else comes up. But you know what I mean, in the grand scheme, greater picture. So what I want is a train line that goes from Buffalo to Wilmington and then to Pueblo, just so we can start taking advantage of this really cool, nifty interchange right here. And if it does end up being pretty nuts with traffic, we can always upgrade the station here. And, you know, I think what we might actually do is a little bit of a station upgrade. I think I have something in mind. So yeah, why don't we add 2 more platforms here, and then we can have these tracks go to the new ones that will be created, and then we'll have yeah, no, I have an idea. Well, this will be a little bit complicated, but let's work on it. Oh my goodness, so much to do. Okay, well, for starters, I'm going to start doing some more in-town roads here, because the other thing, too, that we can control is there is only one main street going in and out of here, so it's just a natural choke point. Hey, cool, Toronto PCC streetcars. There we go, so another way in. And if we take that further and just maybe stretch this out, and we're using a wider road, so you can go faster on it, so people should want to drive on this type thing. And, oh goodness gracious me. Alright, you win, game. No, we want people to use this, so let's go. You know what we're going to do is just change that all together. Life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? And we're going to come in like this. There we go, collision. Oh, you know what it is? It's the, it was the stop there. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to go for in the end, so that's okay. And I wouldn't mind just one more connection like this. And let's upgrade some of our roads so that we get some more more lanes. Okay, that's a bit better. There we go. Much, much, much better. So all we've done now is just given more people more options to get deeper into the city without relying solely on one road to do that. So just literally spreading the load around right there. So that's visually already a lot better. We keep getting some warning icons. I have a sneaking suspicion that some of our other industries might be getting backed up. Oh, and then something I do also want to do on in our next episode, guys, is I do want to, because these trains here are kind of at the point where they need to be replaced, I do want to then put a bridge over here, just so we get a faster flow through for all of that. I mean, we'll see how time goes. Maybe we can get to it this episode. You never know. We might be able to do this rather quickly. Lots that I want to do, though, regardless. Okay, so what I'm going to do, speaking of things, is let's set this all in motion now. So I'm going to put the trains on line 1 back into the depots, and then I'm going to pause the game. We'll do our station upgrade, and then we'll put a track system down going to Milwaukee, and then we'll have to do some in-town transit over there. We'll extend line 1, and yeah, we'll just kind of go from there and see how time kind of permits. But lots we want to do. I don't think we're going to get to Buffalo, but that'll be eventually. And again, these trains, we love them, so we're not going to get rid of them altogether. We're just going to be using them elsewhere, possibly. Or just they're going to hang out in the garage right now. We're not really selling them just yet. And line 13 could most likely benefit from maybe 1 or 2 of these, realistically. So why don't we put one of these on line 13? And I don't think we should run into any problems in terms of switching and signals. I think someone just might have to wait right over here. Oh, perfect. Enough time for them to pass. That's even better. Great. Oh, nice. Using our new connection point, too. Okay, so let's put a couple of those on line number 13. We just unlocked a new train right there, and I unfortunately just closed the window simultaneously. So we'll check that out when we're buying our new engine. And the reason why I'm pausing is all of these people are now going to be forced to drive, which a lot of them are already starting to do anyway, which kind of tells me that we're in need of an upgrade. But I just don't want to miss out on this money or start, you know, losing momentum and like that kind of stuff, right? So that should be line 1 now empty. So we can pause that. Let's upgrade our train station, and we forgot to put our track through there still, but that's okay. And we're gonna, I mean, Wilmington, I can see it eventually becoming a very big place. But you know what though, let's just go for 4. And high speed, long length, great. Fortunately lost a few buildings there, but that's alright. And then what we should realistically do is have, a separate set of tracks go through here. Just double them up and run alongside each other. Not that this isn't a smart or functional design. I'm just trying to give us the best, you know, leg up for traffic's sake. Since we're going to be splitting, you know, anyway, right? So, and then I'm just going to delete these. So I'm probably going to change the curb of them, and they need to be high-speed rail anyway. Not that we can't upgrade them, but I think you know what I mean, guys. Okay, so I'm going to send that train a little bit further down, just so it doesn't have to get in the way of everything. And we're probably going to be getting some flashing icons and stuff and everything, so let's just, yeah, again, pause it, no problem. Let's back things up over here. There we go. Fairly easy to do. And then the road, the slope right there is what's stopping that from happening. So we'll just come at that on a different angle. Yeah, this is a better... I was going to do something a little bit chaotic, and actually I think we're going to maybe just change this whole bridge right here. And when it comes to the, what am I trying to say here? The terraforming, I might end up doing that off camera. Sorry, I was getting a little sidetracked by that because that was giving me a little bit of trouble. Not the fastest speed, but I wouldn't say it's slow. Okay. Oh, not too shabby. And there's nothing stopping us from reconnecting these later. I'm just trying to think for maximum traffic sake. We just don't really want, you know, slower trains have to wait for, or faster trains have to wait for slower trains and vice versa. Anyway, so I'm happy with this approach. Let's put in our signals. We may not necessarily use this side right away, but just so we have it here is, you know, not placeholder, but just kind of ready to go just in case. And just go to our normal signals. That'll stay the same. Maybe that'll be upgraded by that same kind of logic, but not right now. Okay, so over in Milwaukee, let's just do a quick little road overhaul. Actually, no, let's upgrade these. Milwaukee's a troublemaker. We need bigger streets here. I don't want to take out too many of these buildings. That does get expensive, even though we do have a lot of money. You just don't get rich by spending all your money, that's all. There we go. See, sometimes you can upgrade the roads around an offending area, and then it'll let you upgrade. The game just wants smooth lane transitions from, you know, one spot in the intersection to the other type thing. Which is sometimes why the game does these like really bizarre angles and stuff. And so same logic, we're just not trying to create bottlenecks, so the only road coming in, let's split it up so that you can go anywhere in town, no problem. There, I think it's a really cool road design. Personally. Not necessarily a fan of how these end up together. Because you run into problems where you can't get bigger roads through. Yeah, that could be a problem area. So why don't we do this? A little bit costly, but I think worth it in the end. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it now because I'm getting a little bit carried away and this is getting very expensive. And the other thing I noticed too is that Milwaukee, it's kind of like up on a hill. So if we were to do a train station that just goes straight facing this way, we're going to have to build a bridge. So I think instead what we're going to do is have a set of tracks kind of going on an angle. And then I want to face Tallahassee, so we might as well put the train station back here and then kind of loop around. Should look kind of cool too. I'll just set this up for high speed and everything. And let's actually just put one more set of roads through here. And that'll give us a chance to do some more turnaround points with some more transit vehicles and this and that. Okay, so that's us connected. And this might be a little bit of a longer route than it needs to be, but I think it'll look kind of nice, and it'll be less expensive than having to create a whole bunch of bridges. And that as a tunnel is awesome. That was really cool. I did not expect that to happen. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Just going for it as fast as I can basically get it. And we'll connect into here. Excellence. That's that. Okay. Just really quickly. I'm gonna try and make that a little bit different. There we go. A little bit smoother. Let's try that. Okay, continue bringing this up. And then, you know, bridges really, they're expensive too. But I really love how that just sneaks under the road. That's really cool. Of course. We've gotten to the wrong side, of course, of course. Easy fix though. Yeah, it's smooth enough. Okay, so let's put in our signals. There's your stop, there's your go. Under the bridge is, or under the road is so cool. Now where does that road even go to? Is there any, that's a shame. You know, we could even put is like a little like highway or something back there eventually when we have some more money. Have like more trucking routes. That would help with traffic too, actually. Realistically. Especially if we make it a faster speed limit. I'm actually gonna move these ones a little bit further back. Oopsies. Kind of saw that coming for some reason. Almost like a delayed reaction. Like watching myself click, be like, what are you doing? Don't do it. And then I did it, and I'm like, why did you do that? And there we go. Okay. And then I think I'm just gonna get rid of these ones. They're just a little bit close. Awesome. So let's change line 1 now to include Milwaukee. Alright, so we're going to add a station. So our friends at Milwaukee. Then we want to stop back at Wilmington along the way. And then that'll bring us back to Little Rock after. Awesome. Oh, did I stop? Oh, for goodness sakes. Why would that, I wanted to stop here. Good thing we just noticed that. Okay, perfect. So that is that. Let's now look at our new trains. I'm going to put the speed on because we need these to go into the garage. What are our options here? Well, that was the new one here, right? 140 kilometers an hour, not really the fastest we're looking for, but it has a lot of towing power, so it's kind of a good reference point. I think this is probably our best bet, realistically. We have a longer version if we wanted some more towing power, too. How fast are those? 130, 160, 160. Yeah, 188, that's probably our best, right? Okay. So the trains hold 76 people. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a low number. We can sell a couple of these. And then put that one on line 13 as well. And then I think we'll buy one more train car. Yeah, buy trains. Make that just a little bit longer. And because it's a faster train, I don't think we need as many of them. So now we can clone that. So let's just try putting 3 on the line. Actually, no, I take that back. Let's do a 4th. There we go. Awesome. Honestly, that's really cool. Okay, now let's get set up for our new line going from Pueblo to Wilmington. And then for this to function, we're going to have to get a new garage or something bought on either end of this to put some trains onto that. Okay, so new line. There's 1 and 2. Cool. So yeah, just back here, we'll just have to put a little garage or something. Which is easy to do. Awesome. Garage set in the hill, that's kind of neat. Might help if we're connected to the tracks properly, of course. There we go. Let's do a similar setup. I mean, these ones here, the speed is not too far off. They can go 177. And we are going to be sharing the rails. These ones go 188, so they will have to wait a little bit just for those trains to move, but it's not really the worst. So I'm going to have 2 of them, and they're going to be a shorter train. Awesome. Okay, now who is... Okay, good. So now who's angry at who? So I imagine that we should be good in terms of everyone and everything that's moving. These are our new trains leaving now, right? Okay. All right. Something's happening. We're going places now. Just out of curiosity, how many are we bringing along for the ride? 95. All right. Hey, okay. Oh, I like that a lot. And then yeah, all we're gonna hopefully do is get these people out of their cars and into the trains again. And like you already see the bottleneck, it's starting to go down because I think more people are now taking trains. This is great. Absolutely great. Okay, so really quickly, let's put a few more vehicles on some of our in-town lines right here. And so, for example, like what is this? So lines 2, 3, and 4 could probably use some more vehicles. So let's take a look at that. So line 2 would be our trams, and it looks like these just haven't got an upgrade yet. So the new ones will be faster and will hold more vehicles. So I'm not really going to put too many of those on. So let's just put 2 more onto line 2, because these ones are, they're fast, and they hold 17 people, so I mean, they'll do a good job. And added nostalgia value. I mean, I love these. Like, when I was a kid and everything, like, you would just see a few of these every once in a while on the rails as like an in-service car, and then now they bring them out for special functions. And then once a year, when we have the Canadian National Exhibition, which is like a 3-week-long kind of fair thing in Toronto, they bring these out for one of the tram lines, and it is so cool to see those. Like, they're from 1956, I guess, for us. So that about sums it up, or sounds about right. Actually, let me just zoom really in. Do they have the Toronto? No, they don't say the TTC on them. Dundas Station? Oh, no way, guys. That's like the tram station. That's like 5 minutes from my house. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm getting all the goosebumps right here. I can't look at this. Okay. That's too awesome. Like, way too awesome. Oh, get away. The feels. Okay. What other lines did we have? We had line 2, we had line 3, and we had line 4. Oh, this game is awesome. And I think line 3 was a bus line. It was. Okay, so let's put that to use. Maybe just a couple more, because again, these are fast, or faster than the ones on the line already, and they hold a lot of people, so we don't want to overdo it. And then line number 4, I think that was also a bus line. Yes, it is. All right. We'll put it on 3-speed just so we can kind of see the effect in action. And that should be, yeah, line 3 and 4 again. Okay, so I think, also in combination of us relieving some of the traffic congestion, that should help with the in-town traffic. So I think that's really all Little Rock needs. As far as in-town transit goes over here, I think we could probably use a few more vehicles. So line number 6 and 7, lots of people waiting, and this was also, again, just mostly because of the traffic. So line number 7 is a tram route, and it's running in the negatives, which tells me that it was the traffic. I will put a couple new vehicles though, just to kind of help out. There's line 7. And we'll put a couple buses on line 6, so that was also a popular one. Where is my, there you are. Great. Probably just enough for there. Quite a few people waiting for our train. 261 people. Where are our trains? Oh, here's one. I almost think that maybe we could put one more on the line. It's leaking at capacity, and there's still a fair amount of people waiting. Where's the next one in line? Honestly, I don't think so. I think it just needs to maybe figure its spacing out a little bit better. So maybe we'll just let that go for a little bit. This is so cool watching. There's the other one too. Oh man, this game, honestly, it really gets to me in a good way. Okay, so let's just look at our profitability overall. We did spend a lot last year. This year we're going to spend nothing, so this can be just our, well, not really spend nothing, but have we bought anything? New vehicles, 220,000. So if we take away our spending, oh gosh, so it means our profitability's kind of gone down. I think I need to see a few more years just to be kind of conclusive, but we need to start maximizing, is what I'm trying to say here. That line 2, 3, and 4, yeah, I think we're just going to leave that be. Alright, well guys, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you here, because I did want to start the in-town transit in Milwaukee, as well as our industrial little cargo route overhaul, but I don't really want to go too much longer, too far over with our time. And so, I mean, this is not bad, it just, obviously there's not a lot of people, willing to walk this far, so we definitely need some in-town transit. So we're probably losing money on this line. We will for the moment. So what we'll end up doing is starting, I think, with this next episode, or probably with that. We'll kind of see what we're in the mood to do. But, I mean, in terms of the train, like, it just needs to be replaced with its old, but you can kind of see this is now you know, leaving at about halfway or about half full or more. So moving in the right direction. Let me just stare at all our lines too, in case you guys are kind of curious, and then we'll end things off. So we just did an upgrade to line 1, so it's probably not profitable just yet. And we most likely could get another train on. I think we might end up doing that. We'll see for next episode. Otherwise, these in-town ones are doing great. Some obviously a lot better than others. Cool airplane. Wow, line 13. Holy smokes, you are killing it. Our steamships, nah. Never, I mean, they never really were that profitable. They're kind of more eye candy, and they're kind of fun to have. And they do serve a purpose, so I don't mind running them in a little bit of a negative. Because imagine those people are on the trains, and then, you know, maybe it makes us like $100,000, right? So it offsets that. Our trucking routes, I mean, they're kind of, I mean, they're doing well to a certain extent. This is just really going in the wrong direction, so we have to definitely fix this. I actually thought that would be a little bit better. And then the age of the vehicle is now kind of playing a factor too. But we are, like I said, making 600,000 on that and 100,000 on this. So it does offset a little bit, not really enough. So that's not really the, you know, the best of lines. This can also probably be improved on too. Line 29 doing well. Line 33 doing really well. That's over near the Chicago area. And some of our in-town transit. And that's our inner city link between is it Chicago and Cucamonga, I believe. Doing really well right there. Our newer trucking routes, since we fixed them, doing really well. And just some of our newer in-town transit. Probably not doing that well just yet because it's still pretty new. And, oh, look at that! One of our airlines is now profitable. All right, the new one. Very, very good. And our new train line also doing well. Awesome. Okay, do we have a snapshot yet of how we did? Yeah, I mean, so we're profitable. We're not killing it, though. So we got to plug some more holes. I think definitely if we can get our industrial train line into the positives, and if we can get if we can get the other airline profitable, that'll like really do a great job, you know, for making us some money. And then what we can do as a quick little fix is just connect Evansville with a bus to Grand Prairie. We can make a little, you know, a little side note to do that next episode too. And it looks like some of our food plants here are getting a little backed up. Maybe we have some, you know, too many goods or whatever waiting. So we'll look at some of our other routes and just try and maximize. But yeah, I'll leave you with this, guys. So thank you very much for hanging out. I love all the suggestions in the comments. You guys have been great so far with all of that. So thank you. And yeah, I think honestly we're moving in the right direction. The Empire is still profitable. Could be making some more money. We're above 300 million, which is great. Let's try and get to $1 billion because we're ambitious young tycoons here, right? We want some financial security going into the future. You know, it's only 1960, right? We know that $300 million is not that much in the year 2016, right? Anyway, guys, my goodbyes, as always, take forever, so I'll just leave you with this, and I'll see you next time. Adios, guys. Take care of yourselves.